Well, our neighbors to the north are taking on many of the same debates as we do here in the U.S., like biological men shouldn't be allowed to compete in women's sports and that there should be an age requirement for sexually explicit websites. You think it's all common sense, right? But no, not in Canada. Well, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and the Liberal Party doesn't seem to think so. The leader of the official opposition of Canada, Pierre Poilievre, said that his party supports a bill that would require adult sites to verify users' ages and that a future Conservative government would enact the same law. Now, Trudeau argued that the bill wouldn't protect vulnerable youth, but instead it would cause harm to adults who would have to give up their personal information to those sketchy websites. Poilievre also stepped into the debate over trans rights, saying that biological males should be banned from women's sports, changing rooms and bathrooms. Now, Trudeau took that opportunity to once again bash Poilievre and claimed that he was choosing the attack to some of the most susceptible people in Canada as a way to creating political toxicity. Despite the public discourse, the Prime Minister and his party are a sinking ship. And with the latest poll showing a 19-point lead for the Conservative Party over Trudeau and the Liberals. Will the pendulum continue to swing in the favor of common sense Conservatives, or will the Liberal Party and its leftist nonsense continue to rule? Let's bring in the host of the Charbonne Report, Michael Charbonne. In regards to the trans issue, Poilievre, he's mainly avoided the topic and he's deferred to the parents on these types of questions. What do you think? Is he taking a public stance here now? How is Trudeau being perceived?
Well, the Conservative Party had a policy resolution that would say that female spaces should be exclusively for females and that they are not for biological males. And single-sex places like prisons, bathrooms, and sports should be maintained for females. Poilievre has said that if he's elected, he would support those efforts. Where the problem comes in is many of those spaces are controlled by municipalities and provinces, and it's unclear to the role that the federal government would have to play. But we don't have anybody like a Riley Gaines who's standing there as a standard bearer to bring that forth. And we've seen many instances in weightlifting and swimming as well in Canada where genetically male competitors are destroying female sports records. So this is something that Canadians are talking about, and I think it's a pertinent point.
I want to talk about this, the pornography sites. Trudeau says that he has an issue with this. The Conservatives are saying, well, we should have age verification for people using them. Why is Trudeau against it?
Well, part of the left says that if you have to use government-issued ID to verify your age, what happens to that data? What happens to people having to do that? They're saying it is an infringement on freedom of speech. There are certain monitors that are put up, as one would say, but for any young person who's savvy at all, technically, are you 18 years of age? Click yes, okay, then you can get in. So it's still a free-form aspect. But as you may know, there's 14 states in the United States who are demanding that there should be age verification for anybody who wants to go on those sites. And I think it's a losing scenario because there are some that say that early exposure can create sex addiction, porn addiction, and compulsive sexual behavior. And I think what's available on the net now is not in any way comparable to what it was many years ago. And in conclusion, one of those sites actually eliminated a state because it didn't want to go through the age verification elements.
Interesting. We'll wait to see how this all plays out. It's interesting to see that Poilievre is getting the support that he's getting right now, and it seems to continue to give Trudeau a run for his money here. We'll see if there will be a Conservative movement going forward. Thank you so much, Michael Charbonne. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, sir.
All right. We're going to turn it over now to Lydia Serrati with Sunday Agenda. It starts right now.